Yo, how's it going out there? Welcome Lady Alaros, welcome Ian. How you doing? Hope it's good. Hope you're all well. It's Tuesday, it's time to tinker. I was wearing my Tandy shirt, well, my Radio Shack shirt. Anyway, I figured, what the heck, let's put this thing back on the bench. Let's see what we can do with it. Yeah. Let's see. Y'all been up to anything fun? Hope so. I saw that Tantober. Yeah, exactly. I can't stick to things. Because my other thought for tonight was honestly just bring the Commodore upstairs and just play Millie and Molly for the night, because I've actually been really enjoying getting back into that game. I fired it up on my NTSC Commodore, and the music was all like screwed up, and it was clicking, and one of the voices was really loud, and I was like, oh my god, I got a dead SID. It turns out, no, it's just the wrong SID. The soundtrack was made for an 8580, and this old machine had a 6581 in it. But I swapped it out for a ARM SID before I realized what was going on, and the ARM SID did exactly the same thing. So I was like, okay, that's just what the problem is. I put the ARM SID in 8580 mode, and it sounds just like I remember, because last time I played it on my PAL machine, which has an 8580. So anyway, Millie and Molly, Commodore 64 by Carlton Handley. Really fun puzzle platformer. I finally made it. I have a little composition book with all the passcodes for all the different levels, because it's a password save thing. And I finally made it past the level that I was stuck on like 2 years ago when I put the game away. I'm into a new SID emulation core I find it can probably run on a Pico. Oh wow, that would be fairly impressive. Prog Windows, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you? So yeah, I think it was 3 streams ago or something. We were looking at the Tandy. So we had this thing apart. I was convinced it was dead. Turns out it was decidedly not dead. I was just an idiot and didn't realize some things about it. So to make a long story long, all through that stream, I was powering it through the battery input here rather than the DC jack on the power supply back there. And it was behaving kind of oddly, and sometimes it wasn't turned on right, and the external video port didn't work. And I was like, great, this thing is dying. No. I had forgotten, I got lazy and neglected to really look at the specs on the thing. The battery it was expecting was a 4.8 volt NiCad. I was feeding it 7.2. So, amazingly, didn't kill it, and it seems to be doing its thing. So I've got it all packed back up again. Yeah, oops indeed. I'm quite amazed that I didn't destroy the power supply. I have no idea if I damaged the power supply, shortened its life or anything. I guess we'll find out. But for now, it actually seems to be working. So to get that fired up, probably first on the bench, supply through the battery thing again, make sure it's still working today. And then I have I don't know if you can see it behind me, the other way. Yeah. I have a giant tub of DC power supplies that I'm going to root through and see if I can find one that will put out the 12 volts that this thing wants in the back, there, and use an actual proper power supply. Maybe later I'll even come up with a 4.8 volt battery that fits in this battery port here. A little bit, no, can't put that like this. Nope, not happening. Okay, fine. If I can come up with a 4.8 volt battery that'll fit here, that'll actually be pretty nice, because maybe I could run it for a little time on battery. But yay, so yeah, let's, so the RGB port should work if I set everything up correctly. So let's give that a shot. And I'm using just a little bit of heat shrink make sure that these guys don't touch each other. And, well, it wouldn't blow my power supply out because I got a current limited, but anyway. Alright, so 4.8 volts, amp and a half. And let's make sure this thing still does something. There we are. We have backlight. We have ROM BIOS version 1.04. We have beeps that tell me that its internal battery is toast, which is true. And we have XTIDE, which is exactly where I left the thing. All right, it's asking me for the date, so I can turn it off. Now, for some reason, the power off switch doesn't actually like do anything. I don't know what's up with that, but that's a problem for future Josh. I don't know if it has something to do with the lack of the battery, memory battery being out, or the main battery being not present. I don't know. But okay, so around back, I have to disconnect the power supply to get to all this stuff. Around back, we have ports. All the ports. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Hey, MMU man, what's going on? So yeah, we've got ginormous external floppy port. We have the RGB, RGBI port. This is digital RGB for CGA. RS-232 on a 9-pin, which is kind of interesting. 25-pin parallel printer port, and an AT-style keyboard port. And then 2 expansion slots. This one is the modem option expansion slot. And my other machine actually had a modem in it, but I give that away with the LT. But this one is kind of interesting because, I don't know if you can see that. Get a flashlight here. Here down inside. Inside it is an XTIDE card. This is a special version of the XTIDE designed by Lowtech and sold by Texelec that is specific for the expansion port that's inside this machine. And I have a nifty little compact flash card in here on which I have installed the DOS. So this is MS-DOS, to answer your question. This is MS-DOS 5, I think is what I have on this card. A whopping 16 megabytes. It's just what I had last time. I'm thinking what I actually want to do is upgrade that. So I have a couple other compact flash cards I can grab. But for now, for just basic verification testing, I'm going to stick with this card. And it's just barely usable inside this slot. So that'll be how I access everything. So I'm going to attach I'm using an RGB to HDMI, which is a Raspberry Pi based old computer video interface. And this I have this in CGA mode. I normally use it with my Commodore 128, which is also effectively CGA, RGBI interface. But it can also work with the PC. So if I can get this guy powered up. There we go. I have the light. Yeah, plenty of space. Plenty of space. And oh, let me turn on my monitor here. Here we have, yep, all right. So this is the, I need to adjust my filters. There we go. Hey, Retro Gaming Denmark, what's going on? Welcome in. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. All right, So this is good. It's no sync detected because, yeah, no, because the machine ain't on. Let's see about getting you some video. These cables just barely reach from my power supply. So hopefully I won't have to screw with this too much longer. Hopefully I'll find a 12-volt wall wart that will do the job. But let's turn this guy on. Turn this guy on. Let's see what we get. Hey, JWL Rose, how are you? Alright, so we have not working is the answer. Sounds like an orphan in terms of native modes, yeah. Yeah, I know the gen lock failed. What are we doing? This should be the reset button I'm pressing on it, and it's not resetting. Let's try it again. All right, we are on Profile CGA IBM New. All right, that should be working. Looks that's the right profile. Okay, what was that? What was that key sequence to get into the setup? Oh wait, there we go. Oh, that something did the thing. Yay! We have the thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, key sequence to enable the RGBI port. So here we are. Yeah, it's got 64K base memory, 128K expansion memory, which apparently was intended to be used as a RAM disk. And then, yeah, XT-IDE Universal BIOS. This is a special build for this machine because it needs something called module late init, or very late init, or something. So if I want to upgrade it, I'll have to build it myself. But so far, it seems to be working. Finds my SanDisk 16 meg card, and oh, apparently I installed MS-DOS 3. Yeah, so I think MS-DOS 3 was actually the version that came with this machine. Oldtoberfest, yeah. That's good too. I like Oldtoberfest. Oh, my other stool is not here. My short stool is downstairs. I will sit on the tall stool. All right. So good. At this point, I'm still sort of in verifying, validating functionality mode. Make sure everything is still working the way it was from last time. So now we get to try and power it. Does it accept a modern date? That's a good question. Now, there is a problem with this. Thank you for the follow, JWL Rose. Textoberfest. There's a problem with this XT-IDE card. If I Control-Alt-Delete this sucker and reboot it, it is not going to see the hard drive. Yeah. Like the XT-IDE is like, yeah, I got a hard drive, and then it's like, nope, not booting that. You have to power cycle it, which unfortunately I can't do from this switch. I don't think what I just did is counted as a power cycle. Let's find out. And this is noted. This is noted in the notes for this build and this card. It's just a thing. Okay, so just flipping the power switch is fine. Luckily, you know, a hard boot and a soft boot takes about the exact same amount of time. All right, it is 10, 3, Two-digit date, so, no. Yeah, invalid date. Not happy with that. 10/03, 2023? Oh. Well, okay. There we have it. I guess it can cope with it if you give it a 4-digit date. Even though it doesn't say you can give it a 4-digit date. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I'm quite surprised. Hey, Rex. Lurk. Lurk away, my friend. Lurk away. Lurk away, my child. Yeah. Hey, Texas Foos, what's going on? All right, I think it's time to dig through the massive pile of adapters and see if we can power this thing from other than my bench supply. So we'll turn that off. Switch back to the big cam so y'all can watch. Let's see. This thing weighs a ton. So, alright, I got all my silly stuff here on top. 12-volt DC cigarette lighter plugs, a couple of inverters, my emergency solar panel, branded Sophos. This is a Goal Zero 5-watt panel or 7-watt panel that I picked up as a promo from Sophos, the antivirus company. Weird things that we have for reasons unknown. All right. All right, 12 volts. See what we got here for, well, okay. Actually, before I start this, I should really get some sort of idea what kind of plug we're dealing with here. That would help. It would be useful info. So here we are center positive, 12 volts, fairly beefy inner diameter. So who knows if we will find anything in this hub of magic that will work for us. This is 12 volts. It doesn't say the polarity. So let's see, will it fit? That almost seems like it fits. It's super wobbly, so it's not like a great fit. 9 volts AC. All right, that's a candidate. It's a candidate. This is 13.5, and I wonder if it would mind 13.5. This is a fairly beefy supply here. Logitech. I wonder what this was from. 13.5 volts DC, 1200 milliamps. That's a lot of milliamps. 'Cause like speakers, that's a lot of milliamps for a set of speakers. That fits pretty solid. All right. It's a regulated 13.5 too, so it's like really 13.5. Polarity for another machine. I'm not sure I have one of those cables, but you're right. I'm gonna have to double check the polarity on all these. That to an MO5 because the jack was wobbly. Poor things. Ooh. Oh, poor little Thompson. All right, that is definitely not the right size. You look big and beefy. Oh, you're an external hard drive. You're a hard drive power supply. One of those that uses an S-video connector. Definitely vying for the most cursed power connector out there. You look like you could be the right connector. What are you? Way high power. 12 volts, 3.5 amps. That ought to do. Is this in any way, shape, or form physically compatible? Ooh, that doesn't feel too bad. This is a nice lightweight switching power supply. It takes a IEC power cord directly in it. Let's check our polarity. Because that, yeah, if I had the choice of this versus this, I'm gonna go with this. All right. Let's get our multimeter going. Come on, do the thing, sync up. Don't make me restart my overlay. You're gonna make me restart my overlay. You bastard. Just a minute. Bluetooth service, DMM. I can never remember the stupid name of the service. Oh, whoops. All right. Come on, wake up. It's just absolutely not syncing. Curses. Alright, well, I broke something on the overlay then. Or Ubuntu broke something for me. I don't know. So this little icon on the bottom right, just above my little chip logo, that's my overlay for my meter. And it works by Bluetooth, and it's just not syncing up. And sometimes I probably need to restart the whole server, my little home server, but it's doing too many things for me right now. So that is another problem for future Josh. All right, in the meantime, we need positive polarity. What have we got here? Nothing. We have nothing. And that's because I didn't turn my power strip on. 12.3. Positive pin. Let's see if it works. Or let's see if my power supply melts down again. I throw this thing in the garbage one more time. Originally when I was working on this thing, I knew it had power supply problems. And I serviced the power supply, recapped it, did everything I think it needed, and it just stopped working on me, and I threw this machine into the box of broken dreams. So, run some DOS of your own, nice. How is your 486 doing? For those of you who don't know, Lady Alaros is playing through Ultima 6 on a real 486, real DOS. Yes. She has joined the ranks of the world's DOS streamers. All right. Hey, Retro Swim, what's going on? You're just in time to see if this thing throws sparks. All right, let me find my. There we go. So let's plug this guy in and see what happens. You know, maybe we don't connect it to the Pi just yet. Maybe we will just see if it does anything on the front. All right, that's power. Fix the issue with the dump. Pebcac error. With the dump. All right, well, it's booting. It just doesn't have anything on the internal video. Odd. The dump of use. You were having problems with it. Okay. Sorry, I missed the end of your stream last time. All right. Okay, so we're partly working. Good. That's good. I can turn off my very loud bench supply. He's an idiot and doesn't know how to old game. No, I don't know how to old game either a lot of the time. The original 486 you bought back in the day. Got your first PC after the Amiga. First purchase on credit ever. Wow. DX33 with the overdrive. Nice. That's a nice machine. My 486 is a Gateway that I actually picked it up at Boatfest 2 years ago. DX50, nice. What is mine? Good question. Let me see what mine is. Just a moment. All right, here we go. Nice. Yeah, so this is, for some reason, both of my retro PCs seem to be gateways. So this is my Gateway 2000. It's a, DX250. Go check in. This is the original CD-ROM drive, came with it. I think it's doesn't say. Oh yeah, it has a little light on here indicating double speed. So actually light comes on if it's in fast mode. I love these gateways too. Trying to look, does this one might even, no, this one does not have my Picogus in it. This one has a creative-like sound card and a 3-com Ethernet card. That's probably, oh no, actually I can see the ROM slot. The ROM slot's not there. So it has a compact flash hard drive slot in it. And apparently this does not need XT IDE because there's no XT IDE ROM in there. And it also has PCI card slots. So a 486 with PCI, I was a little surprised. Yeah. So my Pentium 2 is a Cowbox gateway. That's my, I have like all the gateways because that's a Gold G Gateway 2000. My Pentium 2 is a Cowbox gateway, but with a gold, I picked up a keyboard for it because I wanted a properly branded keyboard. So I bought one on eBay and I mistakenly bought a Gold G gateway keyboard for it. And then the monitor, I found a gateway for it, but it's a Cowbox but blackface monitor. And the mouse is the right thing. It's the proper Cowbox mouse. Interestingly, the BIOS when I got it had the Gold G logo as the OEM graphic. But then when I updated the BIOS in order to be able to run a newer GeForce card, it replaced it with the Cowbox logo. So it was like right at that logo transition time. where they had changed the physical stuff, but they hadn't actually updated their software. Okay. Let's see if I can figure out why the built-in monitor. Oh wait, Control-Alt. All right. Okay. Back here. So yeah, this comes on Control-Alt F11 toggles between the onboard, the outboard, or does this give me both? This gives me both. No, it's not giving me both. All right, Control F12 onboard, F11 outboard. I swear I had them both going a minute ago. Y'all saw it. Yeah, so I thought this thing could do simultaneous. Maybe it can't. That's mildly annoying. I'm not crazy, right? It was doing both a minute ago, wasn't it? Because yeah, flip it over to LCD. I get this absolutely terrible onboard LCD. PRT, get the RGB port. All right, well, I guess we leave it on that for right now because y'all need to be able to see what I'm doing. CPU clock, and none of these are going to stick around because the internal battery is toast. So I can set these, but not going to make much difference. F7, change my CPU clock to 8 megahertz. Yeah, all right. The keyboard is not bad. I'm not sure if it's mechanical. The keycaps have a little bit of wobble to them, but it still feels all right to type on. Okay, yay. Power supply sorted. What happens when I switch this off? Does that actually turn off? No. Still doesn't turn off. Still doesn't turn off. It will power cycle. All right. Well, okay, so the next thing I wanted to figure out is compact flash card size stuff. This is the one that, and this card I actually installed in the machine with a Gotek. Oh yeah, Gotex. Another interesting thing about this machine. It has, what do I do with the Gotek for it? There it is. This is the floppy cable that came out of it. This goes, yeah, this goes down to the board, and then these two go into the two drives. And this is the only cable to those drives. Tandy, in true Tandy Radio Shack fashion, decided that some of these pins should be used to carry power to the drives and not have a separate power connector. So I had to hack up a floppy cable ribbon and disconnect the wires that carried the 5-volt power rail, 5 and 12-volt power rails, so that I didn't destroy my power supply by having the Gotek shorted out. I also had to find a cable that wasn't keyed, because their keying is upside down compared to a normal floppy drive. So screw you, Radio Shack. So I actually installed everything. I installed this compact flash card with my Gotek, but I'm not going to put this Gotek in it because this is my good 384K Gotek, which means it can handle high density discs. If I decide to put a Gotek in, I'll get another one like that. Okay, but other CF card. That's right, it's still in my PC because I realized that this is a thing I'd never tried before. There's a program called Rufus. Let me throw this into the chat. Yes. That can apparently create DOS boot disks. Just like you just like click on it and say install MS-DOS, and it apparently downloads and installs MS-DOS. So that's what I did. And I want to see if it can actually boot this card. Yeah, I mean, clean solution, I guess. Annoying as hell solution. Have you used Rufus to do DOS drives? I mean, you're another fellow DOS enthusiast. All right, card is installed. Ooh. Okay. There's some relays clicking when I plug that in. It was mildly scary. Lexar ATA flash. All right. Clicking C. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. I've also used the DOS functions. Okay, cool. Now, it's starting to sound like it doesn't like this machine, and this machine doesn't like it. I know XTIDE, or I have come to understand that XTIDE can be a little bit finicky about the actual formatting of compact flash cards like this, block alignments and things like that. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say no. That's a failure. That's one data point. So, third data point is this one that this is actually the CF card from that 486. So this should have DOS 622, Windows 3.1. Obviously, Windows is not going to be happy running on a machine like this, but DOS 6.2 is probably actually perfectly fine with it. Let's see. Finds the Toshiba card. Yeah, something about this build of the XTIDE Universal BIOS. You have to partition and format the card in this machine. That is super, super annoying. But, all right, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So, I guess we're opening this thing up again. This guy, I think I can just snap off. Yeah, it removes fairly easily. Because that's just going to be annoying, and I'm likely to break it in faffing about with all this stuff tonight. So let's not. Pulled one of my little screw holders here. This is just a case for a piece of roll of vinyl tape, and it's got this screw in it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's the screw from a BBC Micro, specifically my BBC Master. I'm like, did I forget to put a screw back in my Master? So Now I get to dig my master out tomorrow, see if it's missing a screw. Hey, Mountain Stars. I mean, I know myself. I know things that I'm liable to do and stuff I'm liable to break. Considering that I overvolted this machine for an entire stream, and that may in fact be why it's refusing to turn off. Because I may have damaged something in it. That would be extremely off-pissing. Alright. There's one still in. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one did I miss? You. Oh, you're loose, you just haven't come out yet. Okay. Now, luckily it's not too terribly difficult to do all this. You can just sort of pull this off to the side, and actually if we open up the display like that, it'll just sort of sit there. And now we can reattach that GoTech. I didn't actually prepare a USB drive with images and things, so that'll be fun. Making sure I get the pin 1 correct on this floppy drive connector, because like I say, it's keyed backwards, so I'm using an unkeyed cable. I'm pretty sure it's, well, actually, tell right here, because it is still pin 1. It's still indicated with red. Yeah, that fits just like that. This is a pain in the butt to do with this frame still in place, but see if I have to remove that frame or not. Yeah, I gotta remove the frame. I really don't want to remove this frame. It's lashed in too many places. It's attached to the power supply, and it's the support for the XT IDE card. I can just get this cable into place. Okay, I think I got it. Now, also need power for the GoTech. Alright. And I need another power cable. Nope, that's not it. I just had one because I just fixed one. Where is it? There it is. Put a new end on this one just the other day. So I've got this. This is another one of those hard drive power supplies that had that awful cursed S-Video plug on it. I chopped that off and I spliced on a power lead from an ATX power supply to give me both Berg and Molex for powering old hard drives and stuff, and then I've got everything all heat shrinked down there. Yeah, it's super useful. I think I just got tired of having to jerry-rig something every time, and I just finally built this one day. Built it like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something, 5 or 10 years ago, long time. Alright. And we have our flash floppy Gotek. Now, I still need to find a flash drive. I wonder if I still have a drive that I used originally with this thing. Hasn't been that long. There's a chance it's still just like sitting on my desk. Or on my bench. Another place it could still be. Or it could have been a victim of my last attempt to clean up my workspace, wherein I would have put it God knows where. And apparently that's what happened, because I don't see it. This might be it here. Bus power one plugged in the main enclosure, battery power your Gotek for messing with PCs. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think maybe I've seen that enclosure on your stream actually, Retro. Now I have a giant folder with floppy disk images on it somewhere. Here we are. MS-DOS 5. Alright, let's try this. I don't know if this will work. We're going to give MS-DOS 5 a try. Assuming my PC decides to acknowledge that my flash drive is connected. I would have seen it on your stream. Okay, yeah. I forget what you were working on with it, but I remember seeing a cool Gotek in a cool looking external case. So that totally scans, as they say. Huh. Doesn't like this flash drive at all. What do we got here? Empty. Yes, we like empty. Alright, let's take all 3 disks of DOS. I don't think this machine is going to recognize a high density floppy, so I'm going to use 720k images. See if this works. Alright. I don't recall getting to that scene, but okay. Man, I need a stream deck. Alright. Disk 1. Power on, maybe? Maybe. Oh, right. I keep disconnecting my video. You need that, Josh. Ah, right. I have to hit A at the critical moment to tell it to boot off the floppy. This is at least one nice thing about this build of XT IDEs. It does still accept hotkeys. I can just spam the A key. Alright, yeah, booting A. And it is booting. We are reading from the Gotek. Oh, except that's not the card I want to use. Crap. Alright. Off with you. Put the right card in. And I'm just going to say that 512 megs ought to hold me for the life of this machine. Because I've got a whole bunch of these old Lexar 512s that I bought like 8 or 9 of them on eBay in a multi-pack. You know, used clearly. But they all seem to test fine. Okay, there we go. Take 3, or whatever take this is. Yay, booting A. Hide the HDMI capture here from my audio meters because it doesn't work. Alright. Yep, we're still loading. We got plenty of RAM. There we go. All the primary partition table entries on your disk are already in use. Exit and correct the problem, press F3. Okay, sure. Can I F-disk? Yeah. So this thing's view of the partition table on this card is totally screwed up because of XTIDE. I like DOS 5 too. DOS 5 I think was the one that came with my 386 when I was a kid. Delete non-DOS partition. Yes, I wish to continue. Non-DOS partition deleted. Create DOS partition. Yes. Now, I have to power cycle you because you won't see the hard drive if I don't. Y5. Well, so I had the files sitting there on my drive for the floppy images. That's part of it. Ow, don't boot C. Hit my reset switch. Ah, right. I might give that a try. Thanks for the warning, RetroSwim. I think DOS setup will take care of that. But if not, we'll give that a shot. I don't know. Like I was just saying. I think 5 was what we had on the PC. The first PC we got, which is a 386-25. That, and I had the files laying around. I'm not sure that there's any real like memory usage advantage to 5 over 6. I think they use more or less the same amount of RAM. And I've got actually plenty of RAM in this machine. I don't know. What do folks think? Should we install 6.2 instead? Should we say to hell with this 5 BS and go to 6? Format partition. Deltree. Deltree is nice. Deltree is nice. I don't know. I suppose there's also the... It just doesn't feel right to run DOS 6.2 on an XT class machine. It is also the other factor. Oh, I love this tune. Yeah, now the onboard memory battery is just staring at me right here. There it is. There it is, hiding. The yellow, it's a Sanyo Cadnica. As in Nika Cad, Nika Cadmium, Cadnica backup. Anyway, it's a Sony made machine, so Sony battery makes total sense. $5 for that. I don't think it'd be missed on this system. Yeah, probably not. I don't have loads of RAM. I think it's got 128K of, I forget if it was expanded or extended. We'll see. Maybe I upgrade later. I think as long as I don't repartition and reformat the card outside of this machine, I can still access it on my modern computer and possibly upgrade the DOS in an emulator. Hey, Retro Rewind, what's going on? We are working on the little brother of that LT that I gave you last year. This is the 1400 FD that now has a hard drive in it, and you know, just installing some DOS like you do. How you doing this evening, Frank? So, it's a cute little machine. It's got an NEC V20, or it'll run it at 8 megahertz. It's got 768K of RAM. Oh, per air, yeah. You've been busy, I guess. Well, you're always busy. What am I saying? We're just chunking stuff off of that floppy drive. Look at that. Zipping around tracks. This thing would be making so much noise if it were real floppies. Oh, another reason to use 5 is because I know 5 was available on 720s, and I don't think this thing can handle high-density floppy drive. Disk 2. Foobar's choosing some bangers tonight. Yeah, how is Texas Foos been having beard problems? Installed PC DOS 5 from 720K floppies from a retail box just 2 days ago. And stage sale fine. Nice. I know I had a copy of PC DOS at one point. Might have been... Actually, might have been PC DOS 7, now I think about it. I've got so many floppies, but they're all in boxes. Because who wants to deal with floppies, really? So after this installs, I can copy the files back over to it from the machine. Actually, and take the card that I had prepared and copy that to a temporary directory so I can copy stuff back over to this other card. Oh wait, no, I just formatted that card. Never mind. I'm screwed. I'll find the file somewhere else. I was downloading a few things because, all right, what I want to get running, you know, I want to get a game or two just for the heck of it. Not that it's going to be a great, not that it's going to be a great gaming system. But more than that, I wanted to find a terminal program because that's the other thing I wanted to try and set up is I've got a Wi-Fi modem. I have a couple of these. This is my Jim Thru one. My other one is a one of Paul Rickard's modems. I want to see if I can get it working with this. Actually, I didn't realize this thing has a 9-pin serial port, so I got to find an adapter. Disc 3. This would be a good time to look for that. Yeah, Telex was one of the ones that I downloaded. I think that might so you know, I go searching for this stuff, and there's a site Vetusware, I guess, Vetusware or whatever, and so I downloaded that. Okay, great. What else is there? Click, click. Oh, you can only download one thing a day. Like, what the fuck? So I pulled some more things off archive.org. Hey, Cloud Scout. Thank you for the follow. How you doing? Nope, wrong gender. Actually, this is probably not going to be an adapter job. This is probably a cable job. There we go. This ought to do the trick. Female DE9, male DB25. Boom. Oh yeah, Q modem. So Telex is definitely one, but I think the one that I had with our 386 was Procom Plus. So that was another one I was going to look to find. I can't actually remember if it's any good, but it's like the one I remember. You had that on your 486 Procom? Cool. All right, setup is complete. And the MS Kermit that IUP wanted you to use. Ah, right. Loses the hard drive. Also had the soft modem routines for the really janky budget modem. You didn't have MNP in hardware. Was it? Ooh, okay. I feel like I had that way before soft modems were a thing. First time you've used Twitch in years? Well, welcome back, Cloud Scout. How are you? We are watching this Tandy completely and utterly fail to boot. So, what Retro said about the F-Disk MBR, we gonna try it. Now, of course, this is going to take forever to boot because it's going to launch into the setup program and they'll have to abort the setup, but you know, whatever. The lucky bastard, your dad was a beneficiary of US Robotics SysOp special. Ooh, nice. I'm going to use Telex. Yeah, I definitely remember Telex. I remember Procom Plus. Q modem, I definitely did not know in the day, but I've heard about it since. Yeah, US Robotics wanting all the boards to be using USR modems. Exit. Oh, help if I actually press space. The space bar on this thing, I think, is a little janky. Actually, it didn't error. Might have actually worked. Maybe you don't need a space between the command and the slash. That's bizarre. Thanks, DOS. Alright. Eject the disk. Keep forgetting that on newer flash floppies, you can just, with the rotary encoder, you can press the button and it will eject the disk virtually. ESR 33.6. Yeah, there we go. We're booting. Look at that shit. We're booting. We're booting. What happened to our booting? Oh, oh, DOS shell. Oh, I forgot about DOS shell. Wow. Single-handedly won the high-speed battle until V32. Yeah. Yeah, Hayes was charging way too damn much for their modems. I forgot all about DOS shell. Just tab around this thing. That's DOS QBasic. Oh. See, I didn't care when my spacebar didn't work because on Tandy, you don't need that space. There we go. Break. Control break. There we go. Still install Midnight Commander. You have your extra experience. Nice. Yeah, Midnight Commander would be a good addition here. I like two-pane file managers. I like what's that one on the Amiga? Directory Opus. That one's really good too. Does this thing have Gorilla? Let's find out. There it is. There it is. Gorilla. Can we run it? Oh, it's oh, Jesus, it's still parsing. Okay. XT. Download all your FidoNet echoes. Oh, yeah. Hey, Commodore Chronicles, what's going on? We have DOS 5 running on the Tandy. And we just fired up Gorilla, because why not? Name of player 2, your player 2. Sure. Play game. Ah, they won. They won the championship. Nice. Adapters. Something specific. Yeah. Hey, Amiga Bill, what's going on? Good to see you. Your stream over the weekend was awesome. Alright, now I can't actually, let's see, angle. Better go like 60 degrees or I'm gonna hit that building. Velocity, what's the scale? I'm gonna do 40. Nope. Alright, we're gonna do 30 degrees and a much higher velocity. And it's just gonna go sailing off the screen. I'm actually fairly impressed it's doing this well on an 8 megahertz V20. If this thing actually had a real 8086, it would probably be considerably worse. 72 degrees and 60 velocity. Just clipped that building. Oh. gonna take forever. We're gonna hit? No, we're gonna miss. Need to go higher. Anyway, alright. I don't think I'm gonna play Gorillas all night. Though I probably could. Okay. Used to play this on a 4.7 megahertz 88. Yeah, right, yeah. I mean, it is playable. Like, I could totally play that. Especially back in the day, I totally could have played that. Yeah, no problem. I guess this thing can dynamically change its CPU speed. So I could just come in here and just set this thing back to 4 megahertz. Maybe it can't do it in DOS. Okay, that key sequence works. Getting it a setup doesn't seem to work at this point. Like Scorched Tanks on the Amiga, yeah. I've never played that, actually. Alright. Have I lost my ability to get into my setup because I'm in DOS 5 for some reason? Huh. I'm pretty sure it's Control-Alt-F1. Ah, Control-Insert. Dang it. Alright, F7, 4.7 megahertz. Add file name. Oh, curses. QBasic gorilla.best. Doesn't take wildcards. Alright. See how long it takes to just interpret the program. Feels like it's taking a little longer. Alright. Well, I don't know. These guys aren't moving that much slower. Play game. I don't think I've seen your. Well, maybe I've seen your YouTube channel. You might have pointed me at something on your channel, RetroSwim. Can't remember. All right. Angle 40 degrees. Velocity 75. And this is not markedly slower. Yes, the gorillas. And the flying bananas. Alright, well, cool. Break. No, control break. Okay, good, that's working. Now I need to copy the installers back over to it so I can look at the rest of the programs. Probably also do away with the GoTech at this point. I go into the VCF. I'm definitely not going to the VCF swap meet. Other folks might. I'm not going anywhere for at least a little while. Too much stuff going on. Come on. Oh, man, help if I plug the USB end in. Cool. Missed off 5. Yay! Alright. Just take me, hopefully, a couple of minutes to find what I had copied over before. Alright. Bananacom. That was one thing. Install Ecom 40. Telex. Just unzipping a bunch of crap. Oh wait, that's disk images. Ah, well, can actually do that since I have the GovTech. Why? Except I'm out of USB jacks. This is the disk hub. At least there's a decent loader tune playing. Alright, and now, let's see. I was going to install a couple of games. Have Planet X3. That has a CGA version. That'll be cool to check out. Hey, Mr. Cola, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. Working while working, yeah. That's what we do in the IT. Okay, got some things. Got some things on the drive. See if we can get a couple of things going here. And same with you. Eject. Yeah, sorry. Tried to have this set up before, but didn't work out so well. His WOG was like a mini VCF, but with more Amiga. There you go. Alright. There we go. Beep beep. Yeah, Boatfest 2024 should be a thing. And assuming that it is, I definitely plan to be there, because that was fun as hell. No more people with NTSC CD32s than PALs. Huh. That's surprising. Hey, Petzel. Speaking of Boatfest, Boatfest! Awesome, Tex. Awesome. Alright. I've got to turn off this launching into DOS shell shit. Blasted every boat fest you've attended. How many boat fests have you attended? Oh, you've been at both of them. That's right. I was like, were you at the first one? Duh, you sat right next to me. We got into a Pinball Dreams battle. Amiga versus CPC. That was fun. Yeah, it does become a blur. Alright. So I copied a bunch of stuff to the install directory. Telex, let's see. Install. Install with 2 L's. We're currently using the Telex installation program. Yay me. Yeah, that Amstrad version was hot. That's right. I'm making a directory called apps on my XT. Which I think I actually used to have. Alright, the backslash key is in a weird place. It's down here. That's gonna take me a while to get used to. Alright. One more time. I guess it can't make 2 directories. It can only make 1. Exploding telex.reg. Oh, it's the shareware version. Crap. I gotta find a crack. Because the shareware version of Telex is time limited, isn't it? So many cons, so little time. Yep. Long Island Retro? I don't think I've even seen pictures from Long Island Retro. Alright, chat, find me a crack for Telex. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't have a time limit. Maybe it's just a nag. Or maybe it's just fully functional. Who the hell knows? Yeah. We shall find out. Oh man, this is going slow. Oh wait, it's not going from floppy drive. It's going from the hard drive. Oh, if it's decompressing and I have this thing at the wrong... I'm gonna try and change the CPU speed on the fly. See if this makes any difference. Posted pictures of Long Island Retro. Where was that? If it was on Twitter, then I didn't see him. It was probably in your Discord, which I probably also didn't see because your Discord is massive, and I didn't... Gave you be like Magfest? Wow. That's some crazy. It's just a nag? Cool. I think I may have killed it by jumping into the setup. Yeah, I killed it. I've never been to Magfest either, but I gather it's crazy. Retro is hot now. Retro is hot. Take 3. Went to mag all the time, and the before times, yeah. Getting stale even before the plague, wow. I used to be local friends. He used to live here in my town, Inverse Phase, and he more or less ran MagFest for a few years. But even then, I didn't go. Same machine, same cabs, same games, same people. Yeah, I mean it's one of those cons that like encourages people to come back, like rather significantly in financial ways, if I'm not mistaken. So. Yeah, Inverse Phase for the win. He's good old friend of mine. We hung out at 2600 meetings here and Linux user group meetings. Back in the days when such things happened. Remember Linux user groups? Remember when you had to like throw install fests to get people to try Linux because like installing Linux was hard? Yeah, he's totally cool. I met him and his partner are both awesome folks. I used to fly in my friends from Poland to have the demo compo at MagFest. Oh, nice. Yeah. Those were the days. I'm mildly bummed that I won't be moving to either Pittsburgh or Chicago because there are demo stuff or retro and demo stuff very close to those two places, but nah. Star Trek Judgment Rights, your 486 back in the day, 12 floppies. Wow. Unfortunately, I don't have an activity light on this card. I can't see if it's crashed or if it's just taking a long time to decompress this shit. Oh, no, it's going. Wow, this is going to take like the rest of the stream. Yeah. It is very slow. Very slow. Yeah, VCF Southwest. That's a thing now. No, it definitely said 8 megahertz when it booted up, Ian. So it's still at 8, but just wow. I don't know if it's just thrashing the hard drive. I'm guessing that this hard drive interface is terrifically slow. I haven't benchmarked it or anything, but it might be only marginally faster than a floppy drive. Mind you, didn't Win98 install and stream, it didn't click the quick reboot function. Great cities. You know, the real Tony Rock says there isn't any. Watch retro. I mean, there's. I don't know about the retro scene. CMU has a demo party. That's still going on. Demo Splash is still a thing at CMU. Yeah. Which interface did you put in there? So this is it's a version of the XT IDE card that's specific to the expansion slot in this machine, which is basically just a bastardized ISA slot, from what I gather, but with very severe current limitations. It has like only 150 milliamps available to the card. But it's basically just an XT IDE card. You can kind of sort of see that red PCB. Let me switch. This is nothing interesting to look at on the there anyway. You can sort of see this red CF card or this red PCB underneath here, and this is the compact flash card down there. And there's like a little ROM EEPROM chip down there. Yeah, the one from Tech Select, exactly, the 1400 interface card. I built this one up. I bought the bare board and built this one up like last year, year before. Been meaning to do this project for a long time. Got one of those to put in your 1400 LT. Nice. Yeah. You might have to make some physical modifications to the internals to make it fit in an LT, because I think there's something physically in the way. If you got the one where the ROM chip is socketed, it sticks up just a little too high to actually insert in that slot. Watch out for that. 25 days to the Southeast Michigan Vintage Computer Club. Woo! Any big retro events in Australia you're aware of? Small monthly one. That's cool. The only thing I know of down under is OzK-Fest and WozFest, but they're in where are they? Are they in Adelaide? I don't know. Oh my god, this is going to take the rest of the night. I know a lot of, I actually know a lot of retro folks in Australia. Mr. Lurch, what's his face from the Retro Channel? Mark from the Retro Channel. The Apple II folks. And they're all in different places, and I always get them mixed up. Syntax is a big one in Melbourne. Okay. Yeah, definitely stream some of that meeting. That would be awesome. We should do some retro events in Western Canada. Yeah, I don't know about Western Canada. Hello, are you camera like freaking out? Yeah, so anyway, yeah, this is literally not going to finish before the stream is done. And I was like, do I want to screw around with something else instead? Yeah, I think I will let this go some other time, because this is just nutso. Let's see if we can install something else. Yep, there's CPU clock 8 megahertz. Alright. Alright. Let's try Bananacom. Yeah, Syntax Demo Party. That's right, I forgot about that too. Install. Install. C apps. Let's try BCom. Scanning for modem. I don't have the modem attached. Should have attached the modem. Wow, that was a fast install. Now I need power for this thing. I had a power cable a minute ago. There it is. Hey, Grizzleby, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing? What's your favorite version of DOS? Five minutes to switch to Bananacom. Telex was going to be finished in like 4 hours. I'm not going to sit around here and frickin' wait for Telex to install. That's cray-cray. All right. Alt-M. Find modem. DOS 3.11. Amiga DOS, obviously. You're cheating, Bill. All right. Port. Let's see. I think I need 2400 for this. And I also don't, well, I'm assuming since it's echoing back at me, it is COM2. QTI, why are you saying Q? I'm typing A. Oh, come on. What's your major hang up here? See? I'm definitely hitting A, and it's putting a Q on the screen. I'm pretty sure it's 2400. 896. Alt-R. Cycles through my baud rates. Used to read a book called DOS Power Tools. Used to love that book. I think I remember DOS Power Tools, actually. All right. Not sure what's up with the terminal here. Why I can't send an A. Edit dialing commands. Yeah, okay. Everyone is also in group with. Navigating prompted 3 or 4. Nice. Good old DOS. I'm happy to have this thing running. This is going to be fun. It's got to sort out some stuff. Like why I can't type an A. The Montana Banana BBS. Look at that. Start, stop, parody things. That's a good question. Can I add? Are you going to take this? Looks like you will. F2, save and exit. Well, that didn't work. Alright. Dialing directory. Alt-R, revise. Alright, F5, N81. I assume that's the same as 8N1. Yeah, we'll try changing the from RTS CTS to X-on X-off. Nope. No dice there either. 3.31. Okay, yeah, DOS 3.31. That I recognize. Weird. I know this modem works. Pretty sure the cable works. Something weird with my banana comm. Dialing directory. Capture, troubleshooting. Alt-Q to verify quality hardware. Pentium 2. Haha. I wonder if this thing is just literally too slow. Hardware quality test. I'm gonna give away a bunch of your old DOS game boxes at the swap meet. Those will be popular. Compact MS-DOS 3.31 is best for XTs, nice and light. Yeah, PC DOS 3.3 has working big fat support. Oh, okay. I mean, I could get behind 3.31, but I don't know. I've already got 5 installed. It's such a pain in the butt to install on this machine anyway, because I don't have a Gotek permanently mounted in it. I should probably just go ahead and get one mounted in here. Just bury this cable in here. I'll have to find a place to tap off the 5 volts, but that shouldn't be too hard. Also, you don't know Jack. Oh, you're keeping the Blade Runner game. I see. Guess this will take a few minutes. Slow machine. I guess the other thing for now is I could just bury this cable inside it, even if I don't have the Gotek in there. So I could just reach in and grab the cable. Because there's enough length, I'd be able to pull it out the front drive bay and connect it to the external Gotek. Since I can't use this cable for anything else anyway. 4 versions of DOS had data corruption problems. Skip them, okay. Yeah, I never heard anything about DOS 4. It's like, it goes right from DOS 3 to DOS 5 in my brain. Yeah, actually, let's go ahead and do that. So I can just put this thing back together. This I don't need anymore. So... shouldn't be any problem hot plugging that. Alright. Theoretically, it's probably charged. I wonder if it is trying to charge this. I should measure the voltage on the battery terminals right now while I get it open. Looking for the gators for my meter. I don't know what happened to them. Millivolts. Oh. 10 volts. It's got 10 volts on the 4.8 volt battery terminals. I'm guessing that's just an unregulated charge, because that's an awfully high voltage. I am not sure about the health of this power supply. I'm really not. I wonder if I have damaged it in my shenanigans on the last stream. Yeah, I don't remember much about the different. I don't know much about DOS either. All right, getting you back on here like that. Oh wait, hardware quality test perfect. Okay. Then tell me why it ain't working, sucker. Alright. Disconnect all of this stuff so I can put the case back on. In here. Just the block cable. Okay. having a hell of a time figuring out why this case isn't going back on straight. What it's hung up on. Ah, that's what it's hung up on. This cable can't go there. It has to go back here. Okay. Go on the inside. Just screw you. Not doing anything useful for anybody anyway. Now it's just literally hung up on this floppy cable that I'm trying to dress through the machine. Okay, cool. These go back together a dozen times now. Yeah. All right. So I will just stash this floppy cable inside here. If I need it, it's there waiting for me. I'll have to sort out the issues with my serial port later. Beep beep. Because I gotta replace that memory battery too. I can't leave it in there like that. Boy, it takes a long time to compute the free space in that drive. I gotta install that TSR the Trickster wrote. Speed that up. Nope, still giving me a Q. Very strange. Well, I think that's where I'm going to leave it tonight, because coming up to be that time, and always disappointing when I don't quite get things worked out on a stream, but still, project is making some progress, and I have a bigger CF card in there, which is nice, and I can always pull the card and copy stuff from my modern PC, so that'll be nice, not having to use the GoTech for that anymore. All right. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It's good to see all of y'all. Very active chat tonight. I was super happy to have folks to keep me company while I screw around with this sort of stuff. Let's see where we should go from here. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's see. I can't do that from that monitor. I need to do it from this monitor. We got out there on the streams. What is Sid up to? Oh, he's got something on the microscope. He's soldering something. Let's go raid Sid. So we're going to raid Sid Heresy. He does electronics repair, mods, audio stuff, builds synthesizer modules, crap like that. He's a super weird dude. So let's go say hey. And I will see you all hopefully next week. Take care, stay safe out there, play some DOS games, enjoy some retro. Love you guys.